Do foreigners really like Chinese food?
That's a good question.
We make a lot of videos about food here in China, and we've noticed recently that a lot of people are commenting that foreigners don't really like Chinese food, that they're just faking it for attention. Now, I was pretty taken aback by these kinds of comments. And, you know, as a foreigner who's lived in China for 12 years and tried many different foods from all over the country, I feel that we're pretty qualified to discuss this topic. Okay, guys, let's make things clear first of all. There's more or less two different kinds of Chinese food in the world. You got Western Chinese food, and then you got authentic Chinese food. Now, growing up in England, the only Chinese food that I really knew about was westernized Chinese food. You know, spare ribs, fried rice, sweet and sour pork, this kind of stuff. And man, when I was growing up, having Chinese food was something that we used to love to do. We used to order Chinese food takeaway. I would go with my dad to the local restaurant. We'd order our chicken chow mein, go into Blockbuster, get a video, take the food home, and have a great Saturday night of Chinese takeaway goodness. But is that real Chinese food? No, that's Western Chinese food. And now that I've moved to China, I'm experiencing a whole different kind of food.
I think it would be sweet and sour pork because that's the only Chinese food I have had in England.
Yes, Western Chinese food is also very popular in the Netherlands. I remember going to Chinese restaurants with my friends, with my family. It was always very delicious. Dankjewel. But then when I came to China, my definition of Chinese food was blown apart. For example, I didn't even know what is hot pot before I came to China. I mean, nowhere in the Netherlands did I see a hot pot restaurant. But here in China is a very popular dish and it's one of my favorite Chinese foods. Didi, what's your favorite Chinese food?
That's a little bit hard, but I think I go with spare ribs. I like how they're nice and juicy as well. I might go with lotus soup. There's like bones inside. I like to chew on them.
Some people say in the comments that if you're born and raised in one country, how can you ever love or get used to the cuisine of a totally different country? Well, I find this a little bit of a strange question, but you know, China has so many different kinds of Chinese foods, so many different flavors, so many different ingredients, so many different cooking ways. Every province and every city has got their own food. It is so big that it's impossible not to find something that you like, right? And if you really want to find something that is more similar to your food taste back in the West, there is many options here in China. But what I find more important is that you broaden your horizon. Sure, if you're brought up on potatoes, it doesn't mean that you should just eat potatoes for the rest of your life, right? You should broaden your horizon, go travel, go taste different flavors, go find different foods. You will experience a food explosion and you will find new foods that you will totally love. I think it is impossible that you come to China and not find one dish that you love. And sure, with so much different kinds of Chinese food in China, there's also many foods that I don't like. For example, aubergine, pig's tail. So I try it, I don't like it, I don't eat it again.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, depending on what kind of foods you prefer, you're going to be able to find something similar here in China because, like Ursula said, there's so much variety. Like, for example, in the UK, I used to enjoy going for a nice, spicy Indian curry. Lots of Brits enjoy that. And guess what? here in China, they have many spicy foods. In fact, different provinces like Sichuan and around Chongqing, places like this, they're known for their really spicy foods. So, if you're a fan of spicy foods, you can seek out spicy foods in China. For Brits, you know, we like to eat sandwiches, sausage rolls, nip into Greg's, get a little pasty rather. You know, I always thought that in China you're not going to have any of that kind of stuff. But then I realized that they have bings, they have wraps, they have robaos. All these kinds of things are very similar to hamburgers, to sandwiches, to sausage rolls, things like that. So the point is that you can find almost any kind of food here in China to fit your personal taste.
I think this is dry, shredded squid. And I don't think I've seen this in the UK, and I really like this snack. My favorite Chinese snack is probably this one. It's traditional Chinese snack. It's like nice and spicy and a bit chewy. You can't get this in England. I'm gonna miss this snack when I'm gone.
So guys, in conclusion, do foreigners really like Chinese food? Well, first of all, it's kind of an impossible question to answer, isn't it? I mean, it's not like I can take a survey of all of the foreigners who have eaten Chinese food and ask them if they really like it or not. Or if they do like it, are you just faking that you like it? I mean, it's kind of a weird question, right? But one thing that I do know is that people like us who are living in China and making content about food vlogs and things like this, of course we like it. Why would we be making videos about Chinese food if we didn't like it? Of course we like the food, that's why we're here making videos. We've been here for 12 years, we know what we're talking about, and we want to share our experiences with other people. It's as simple as that. So yes, I think it's safe to say that the majority of foreigners really like Chinese food.
Okay guys, that was it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye. See you next time. See you in our next video. Bye.